So we're in a title race. We're going to be in the title race.
Yes, sir. Arsenal blowing it. Anyway, they should have dropped points. Let's get to the next story. Let's talk about Manchester United's midfield rebuild this summer. A lot of names in the hopper. We've heard names, right? Obviously, Balaba, Elliot Anderson. We're hearing about Wharton. Now, a name that's fun to throw in the mix is high-flying Scott McTominay. He's been touted as a player that Manchester United might be looking to potentially bring back. Seems an odd one given the fact that he's more of an attacking player and we need a killer six. But what's your thoughts on this? Scott McSauce, he kind of cooled it off. He might be using United against us to get that deal, sir. Like they all do. He's on $90,000 a week, which is crazy considering that he won the Serie A MVP and helped them win the title for the first time in many years. So he needs a raise. He's probably going to get it. But would you bring back Scott McSauce?
Well, he's always going to be linked with United. He's doing great away. There were some like Muppet rags that kind of threw smoke about this, and then he said he's going to be at Napoli for a long time. We do have the 10% sell-on clause, and he is up for negotiating a new contract with Napoli. So, Italian clubs, they always need money. He's got a lot of shine. I think the price tag is rumored at 80 million euros.
80 million.
80 million euros for Scott. But United in a deal, we would get 10% off, right? Because we're not going to pay ourselves back the 10%. So if he was ever on the block,
72.
If he was ever on the block again, most likely this is just smoke, and he's going to kind of sign a new deal with Napoli. I would not bring Scott McTominay back for all the reasons you said. Like, it was great while I was at United. I always said he's the ultimate squad player. We should not sell him. He has gone on to do great things in Italy. I don't know if that would translate to doing great things in England, but like you said, we need a six. Another article kind of out of left field this week, it was a long week because the FA Cup, was that Camavinga, Real Madrid are looking to let him go for 65 million euros. This is a player we were linked to originally when he went to Madrid, coming out of France. He's a beast. He's not getting a lot of playing time. He's had some injury issues. But, sir, if you pull up the comparison between him and Scott McTominay, you can see just how he absolutely dominates. This is the type of player United should be thinking about. If you're going to win the Champions League, this is the type of player that's going to start for you week in, week out, does it all. Defense, getting forward, progressive passes, progressive runs. He's a freak. And United need that. We need somebody in the midfield who can match the dynamism of Šeško up front, of Mbeumo on the right wing, and Camavinga is the type of player that gets me going.
No, he's a real deal player. I love the headline I mentioned today. Camavinga, like they want him. We want him, baby.
65 million. This is a deal.
Well, the thing is like wages, Real Madrid are a mess. They're like a mess, and they're like coaches are out. They already bumped what's his name, and they're just kind of all over the place. They're not doing as well. Barcelona are going to likely win La Liga this season. So this is the kind of play. This is not, you don't get Casemiro at 29. You get Camavinga at 23. He's a kid. He's one of those players that broke into the scene so early. He's got so much juice in the you'd have to pay him top dollar. You'd have to pay him like top Bruno money, like $350 a week. But he's the potential to be a world-class midfielder. He's on the edge of that, and he's got a lot of years left, and he hasn't even hit his peak. Thing is,
$100 million for Anderson, bro. Have a laugh. Take out Camavinga for 50. I mean, Jesus,
$50 million is nothing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to get a young, like a Baleba for 80 and a Camavinga for 50. Like, that's what United need. You need a double down.
Yeah, you need to.
150, 165 million midfield reset. Yeah. It has to be done full measure. Another player that we linked to who watching against City, Tonali, looks really good. He is good. Other than the gambling issues he's got, loves some action. Tonali loves that action in Italy.
The juice, baby.
But he is a great player. That, like, you were seeing him play on Newcastle, and just watch some Newcastle, watch Tonali. He has had some injury problems, but he feels like a United player to me. The Camavinga Tonali tone is much more Manchester United of old. That's kind of what we need to be thinking about.
No, Camavinga's also had some injury problems. Tonali's mean. What I like about Tonali, he's meanish. Like,
looks like he's
mean, bro.
Looks
like
he's gambled on the game.
He's gambling for his life. No, he is mean. He looks mean. I think you're right. Is like you need to basically get someone. I think it's if you could dream it up, it would be Camavinga and Elliot Anderson. It's like one EPL proven, like thunder and lightning, great competition. Also, if you can get it for $50 million and you give him big wages, that'd be worth it. So
Champions League is what
Champions League, right? He ain't coming if we don't have Champions League money because we need we need the competition, we need the prestige of that, but really it's about the money. So we'll see. Let's get into the next story, sir. This is a cheeky one. Kobe Mainu on Instagram reacting to Everton's corners today. It was insane. The game was poorly refed once again. There were all kinds of crazy calls. Fouling him out of the edge of the box, didn't get a yellow. But the corners in the second half were absolutely insane. Just it's basically a replication of what Arsenal have been gotten away with all season, where they're basically fouling the goalie in the build-up to a corner to take advantage of the fact that they won't get a call made. And they were trying to do the same thing, and it was nonsense for the last 20 minutes. And Kobe Mainu put a WrestleMania tweet out, which I think is great. But it really was like, yo, this ref needs to handle this game, because it was Euro got pushed into the box or into the net, and then they gave him a yellow. It was insane.
No, it was for Maguire. I thought it was. It's getting out of control. This is one of the most out of control things I've seen in the league in a long time. Other than the tactical fouls, I feel like those are kind of getting better, but not 100%. How can they have to address this whole, like, the fouls are so soft all over the pitch, and then in the box there's no fouls. And so the way I think it's obviously easy to do is that when Tarkowski is doing all this chicanery in the box, you literally give a free kick to United the other way. Like before the corner is before the corner is even kicked, you just do
right.
Like, and that's I don't even know if technically if you can call a foul before the free kick is taken, but like they should do that to basically say, hey, he gave him a warning, and then they did it again, and then they did it again, and it's just kind of getting insane. It ruins the game. I understand it's England and the keeper should have to fight for it. Lamens did great under the circumstances, by the way,
really
but
did.
there should be a rule. A great suggestion from United Tribune was basically saying, hey, only 2 attacking players in the 6-yard box going forward before the ball's kicked. I think that's fair. Or like you have to give space to the goalie. It reminds me of in the NHL where they actually had to draw the lines where the goalies would come out and play the puck all over the ice behind the net, and they just drew the line saying, hey, you can't play the puck outside of here. So they almost draw an extra circle and be like, hey, on a corner, you're not allowed to enter this area before the ball's kicked, and then just give the goalie space to be able to play it. Because if you think about traditionally, the goalie had some space, and then when the ball came in, he had to make the move.